Welcome to the replay, everyone. Today is January 21st. We're going to keep working on Kristine's journal. If you're here watching the replay on YouTube and you would like to watch in person, just so you know, these live streams do usually happen over on TikTok. Times are always announced on Instagram, so I'd love to have you join me on those other platforms. So let me catch you guys up to where we are so far. She chose a glacier blue journal. We haven't done the charms or the cover design yet, but we certainly will. We started off with January, which is just a snowflake theme. We've got a monthly title every month, a cleaning tracker for her month, a 2-page calendar with a spot for notes, and then these are her weekly spreads for January. Hey, Andrina. And then yesterday we did February. Well, we finished January's weeklies and we did February yesterday. So again, we did the title page, we did a cleaning tracker, we did the calendar, and we did the notes. And now I just marked in the spacing for the weekly spreads, but that's as far as we had gone. So today we are focusing on finishing these weekly spreads. I'm just pulling up my reference picture here. Oh, come on now. Sorry guys, give me one sec to open up my reference photo. So I did the spacing and we're gonna do the box size on this weekly layout will be very, very similar to her last weekly layout. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw those boxes in. So we've got, I'm gonna do the vertical lines first. Oh, thank you, Andrienne. Hey, Terry. I am doing live tonight. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I would do a live tonight because we did have company for supper, but we have little kids, they have little kids. I feel like unless you have like a plan for the evening, like we want to, you know, achieve this and that, it's just like supper plans end at 7:30 so that all the kids can go to bed. So they were over here for a couple hours. It was lovely. I feel like we haven't seen people other than, like, we saw a lot of family over Christmas, but we didn't really see anyone else, and we haven't like seen anyone else since before Christmas, it seems. So it was great to have some time with friends. And they've got 2 little girls who are quite similar in age to our boys. I think they're each about, well, their oldest girl is about 6 months younger than our oldest boy, and then their younger girl is like 3 months younger than our younger boy. So they overlap well enough. Stephanie, we started this one on Monday. So today what I'm hoping to accomplish is just the February weekly spreads, which is what I'm doing the spacing for right now. I can show you how the rest of the journal is shaping up. Just let me finish these lines while I've got all of the spacing right in my brain. Okay, so let me show you where we're at so far in this journal. Stop getting the note. Yeah, I've heard that a lot, Stephanie. Do you have Instagram? I know that's not like foolproof either, but I find at least if you like mark someone as like a favorite on Instagram, my story bubble will jump to the front. And I do always say, not like a specific time, but I'll just say like afternoon or evening at least, and then what we're working on. So that's one way to kind of be in the loop, but this is her journal. We haven't done the yearly spreads. I set some pages aside. I like to do that at the end. We started with January, which is this little snowflake theme, and we went with a quilt-ish design for the cover. Every month has a cleaning tracker, title page, 2-page calendar with a spot for notes, and then these are the weekly spreads that we did for January. Oh yeah, no, that makes sense, Stephanie. Honestly, I wouldn't check mine either if it weren't for having to update my own story. And then for February, it's her birthday month, so she wanted it to be cat themed based on her cat. Also tied in some birthdays, so we've got a couple of things going on here. My husband, I don't know if you can hear that. He, his little office is the room next door, and he's been doing some rearranging. So if you hear that, that's just him hanging things up, figuring things out. Calendar, and then we're working on the weekly spreads right here. So I did the, you like the February font? Thank you. Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna jump in and do the stamping. And Sunday start. Whoever suggested to put my Sunday stamp on the top, brilliant. I love that. Okay, and then we were gonna keep, okay, just trying to think here which spot to keep open for a doodle, because we were gonna keep one of these kind of quadrants open for a doodle. Oh, hey, Natka. I am doing well. How are you? Hey, Ashley. I just started, just like 5 minutes ago. Okay, so we're gonna go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think, and then put a doodle up here, title up here, and then her like notes sort of section will be down there. Okay, Sunday, Monday. Step that on next. Oh, it's been a busy few months. Oh yeah, no problem. It's been a busy few months over here too. So we haven't been doing a custom journal in a long time. We've mostly just been packing orders, trying to keep up with pre-made journal orders, especially November was pretty crazy for that. And now we've made it through the thick of that. So we're back into custom journals and just kind of packing orders as they come. Oh, I need a Monday start, Natka. I was saying this yesterday or 2 days ago. This is the first time that I have ever started someone's custom journal weekly spreads on a Sunday. I often start people's monthly calendar on a Sunday. That's a very normal request, but I've never had to do a weekly spread starting on Sunday. So I messed up the first month. I mean, we easily solved the problem, but I just was not in that frame of mind at all because I always do Monday start and then often combine the weekend into one box, but that is not what Kristine wanted. So I've been rewiring my brain, reordering my stamp set to make sure I didn't do it the wrong way this month. I totally get why it makes sense, Natka. Like I do use a Sunday start monthly calendar, but for me, I need to see my weekend combined, you know, like my Saturday and Sunday are a unit to me. And so I don't need like a combined box for them. I do like to have a separate box for each day, but I feel like I need to have them on the same page because it's hard for me to visualize the weekend as a whole if they're separated. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Hey Anne, how's it going? Oh yes, I can show the February theme. Totally. It is Kristine's birthday in February. So here's the February theme. She asked for a cat theme for her birthday. And then we saw a cute cake and, well, it was actually a cake and a dog on the theme that we saw, and it was a heart-shaped cake for Valentine's. So we definitely made a handful of changes, but that's where we got the idea from. She didn't originally request a birthday theme, she requested a cat theme, but then when we saw this one, this is the one that we chose with her approval. Okay, Friday, I need a Saturday box. And I think I'm gonna put Saturday here actually, and then save this one for the doodle because we do want one box open, or like one corner open to put a doodle. Oh, you have a brown tabby, nice. I didn't actually know that that's like that kind of stripy pattern. Is that what makes something a tabby? I had no idea until, like, that's exactly what she called it when she requested the theme. She sent me a picture of her cat and said, I have a brown tabby. I just had no clue. Alrighty, dates are stamped in, or days are stamped in. We gotta write the dates, and how our sample picture has it is a little colored circle underneath. So we'll do some of those. Actually, I'm gonna start with blue because blue is still the prominent color, but we didn't want it to be the only color because we did have a pretty blue heavy theme in January. So let's do, yeah, let's just do it like this. Sunday. Oh, hey, Sasha Anna. Uh-oh. I hope your day was all right. Oh, thanks, Naka. All right, so this part here is going to be a notes sort of box. And Kristine, if you're here, let me know, because I would get a little bit more clarification on what you'd like down here. So we've got some kind of notes box down here, a title for the month up here, and then a doodle over here. So I'm thinking, you are here? Okay, so Kristine, obviously last month we ended up doing 2 boxes, personal and notes, and then kind of cycling that top one. We could split this into 2 and do the same sort of thing, or we could just keep it all one big one. And if we do that, that would be up to you then if you want it to be called notes or if you want the heading to cycle through those same headings that we did for January. So could you let me know what you want here? Do you want 1 box or 2? And then what do you want the heading or headings to be? That would be lovely. And then Sunday is the 31st of January. 31. Make it one box, have it be notes for the heading. Lovely. Sounds good. 8. Okay, we'll do notes for the heading. My next question is, what do you guys think I should do? So we're doing title up here, doodle over here, notes box over here. So for the title, I feel like our two kind of most natural options would be to do February, or I would consider doing just Feb so that we can do the letters taller and kind of fill the whole space. Feb in these letters, or we could do the color changing calligraphy that we did here. I feel like those are kind of our two most natural options for the title. You know, maybe we could actually start a poll and see which one of those you guys like. Is there a moderator who would be willing to start a 2-option poll? Yes, this is for 2027. This is a custom order for Kristine. So we started this journal on Monday, and it took us Monday and part of Tuesday to do her January pages. And then on Tuesday, we started February, and now it's Wednesday. We're gonna finish February. I don't know if we'll start March because I started quite a bit later than I normally do. We were hosting some friends for dinner, so I started a bit later, but okay, so option 1 in that poll that you see up there is to use this font for the February heading and just do FEB. Option number 2 is to use this font style for the heading up here. And probably I would still do FEB because we've got lots of room down here for a cute little doodle. So font number 1, font number 2. Those are the 2 options in the poll. Thank you for getting that going, Nicole. Okay, so that's the 20th. So this is gonna be 21st, 22nd, 3rd. I got in all of my journal kit supplies today and unpacked most of them. I'm excited to do those again. Got so many stamps, so many sticker books, so much washi tape, so many gel pens. I'm trying out a couple of new products too. I'm not sure if I'll actually add them to the lineup, but we'll see. Let's see here. Option 1 by a hair. Lovely. Let's do option 1. And I'm just gonna get going with the lettering. The next things that you can be thinking about, commenting about is we want a doodle over here, some ideas of what we've used already. We could bring the cat back, we could bring a cake, we could do cat related doodles. I know we saved some pictures with like, you know, little cat toys or like a food dish, that kind of stuff. So we need a doodle idea that will fit right here. That's gonna be our next kind of action step. So feel free to drop ideas for that if you have any. This would be much faster if I were using a brush tip, but these mild liners just have the best colors but the worst tip selection. Yes, Gianna, the stamps are my handwriting. We've got days of the week, months of the year. Oh, I just did a B. Oh my goodness, you guys. I say you guys as though it's like your fault I did the B, but I just mean, oh, you guys, I'm being dumb again. Don't worry, we'll fix it as we always do. I need to stop talking, but I was in the middle of a thought. Oh yeah, the stamps are my handwriting. They're carried by Contact Crafts. You can find a few different collections there, as well as some doodle stamps too. Yeah. It's supposed to say Feb, but I started on the B because I was getting too chatty. I'm just gonna cover it. Yes, Katie, this is Kristine's journal that we're working on. No, Gianna, that was not your fault. I do this every day. I should know to either not talk or be able to draw the right thing while I'm talking if I'm going to talk. Okay. E. E. Oh no, what did I do wrong now? Why did you say oh no? Oh, I'll probably just paste paper over it again. I never use whiteout in journals. It's so noticeable. And it looks a little, I mean, any fix is noticeable to a degree, but I feel like the least noticeable options are to cover it with white gel pen if it's small. That one's too big, so that rules that out. Or paste over it completely with something so that you can't even see it anymore, like put a sticker there and make it look purposeful, like there's supposed to be a sticker there, but that doesn't really work because it's the middle of a heading. And then the next best option is to cover it with dot grid paper so that it just kind of blends in. You can always see kind of where the paper was glued on because it raises a little, but like for example, that's what I did. Actually, this right here is glued on because I usually do Sunday after Saturday, so I stamped Sunday on and then we had to cover it up. So I glued that paper on. Pretty subtle way of covering mistakes, but still noticeable to a degree. No, it's a B. I put a B where I was supposed to put an E, so I feel like it wouldn't work well to round over that, you know? If it were the other way, yeah, I would just close off the ends and make a B out of an E, but I went the wrong way. The drama. Hey, Kristen. Oh yes, I will correct it, absolutely. I just wanted to get through all the rest of the pages writing the right thing before I move on to that step. As you can tell, I do everything in batches, so I try to end off one batch before moving on to a new thought. The theme was cat, and it's her birthday month. So that's what we did for the cover page. And this is the font that we're doing up here. We just haven't added the more exciting elements to it. Okay, so that is the base there for all those letters. This is the one we need to fix. And do I have a big enough scrap here? I do, just barely. Okay, so I'm just gonna place this here where I want my E to be. Line up the dots so that I know it's gonna be right. And then just draw my E exactly as I want it to be. Okay. And then I would normally cut right along the edge of the brown because that would make it the most undetectable, but that wouldn't fully cover up the B. So I am gonna have to give it a little bit more of a border to make sure we get that B fully covered. So it will be a bit noticeable, certainly, but that's all part of making a journal by hand. Alrighty, let's glue that on top. Stephanie, this is Kristine's journal. Kristine is the one that we did a name page for a few months back with the Rottweiler on it. Becca, for these fully customized journals, it's a few $100s, several $100s. Depends how many months you want. I do have journals that are about 10% of the cost that are hand drawn, but they are printed in bulk. So that's the difference. If you want to choose every page for yourself, it's gonna run you in the hundreds, whereas if you want one like this, where I drew everything for you, you get to use it as a coloring book and a planner, this one is $50. So that's why I have different options for different people. I just colored my February spreads. I need to edit this video and get that up. I can't believe it's already the 21st, but yeah, so there's different options there. Alrighty, let's add the details to these letters. So yeah, see, you can tell that there's a paper there, definitely. It's not the most flawless cover up, but it works. Thanks, Natka. Oh, Natcat, sorry. Natka was here earlier and I just read your username as the same thing. I know, my stamp book is open. Wait. What do you mean, did I forget the E in this one? Oh, are you noticing my cover up? I made a mistake on the E, if that's what you mean. Now I'm just nervous that people are pointing out other mistakes and like, you know, if you point out a mistake that I've already addressed, then I might think you're pointing out something new. Oh, yeah. We crossed that bridge. We made it. Call me Kim. This is a cat theme. Brown tabby cat is the type of cat that she has, and it's her birthday month. So we kind of combined the two together. Yes, and I am almost done the letters here, so If you have ideas, we are putting a doodle over here. I would love to hear ideas of what kind of doodle should go over here. Could be something birthday related, could be a cat, or it could be something cat related, like cat food dish, toys, whatever, paw prints. How long? Yeah, it just depends kind of how many other things I need to tackle in the same time period. If I'm just focused on this and I work on it every day on live, it takes me about 4 weeks, but I usually end up also focusing on personalizing other orders as well. So that does push it into the 6 to 8 week range. This week though, we have been making great time. We're 3 days in, and we'll finish our second full theme today. So we're on track for almost one theme a day. I probably won't start March today, I don't think, just because I did start my live a bit later, unless suddenly these weekly spreads go really fast. But alrighty, the lettering is done, and I kind of feel like I want to add confetti to the top part, you know, like this sort of confetti that we did on the cover page, but I'm gonna wait and see until after we're done the rest of the page and see if color wise, if that fits what we want. Yes, I can do a flip through. So the yearly spreads I always do last. I left a bunch of pages blank for that. We started with January of 2027, and we did a little snowflake theme for this month. She's got a cleaning tracker every month, a title page, a 2-page calendar with a notes box. This is for 2027, Chrissy. Kristine is going to be using, she's got one of my pre-made journals for 2026, so she doesn't need this one until 2027. These are the weekly spreads that we made yesterday for January. And then yesterday we also started her February theme, which is her birthday month. It's themed after her brown tabby cat. So we've got the cat, the cake, cleaning tracker, 2-page calendar, and then we're working on the weekly spreads. So we need to fill in a doodle here, a notes box here, and then I think I might add some confetti or something up to the top. But let me scroll back through your ideas. My husband is doing minor renovations in the room next door, as you can hear. Top half of a cat. Yeah, we could do a cat head with a party hat. Balloons. We could do a different doodle each day. Cat with a birthday hat, cat with a birthday hat. Okay, we've had that idea a few times. Cat playing piano. Girl, who do you think I am? I'm sure someone can doodle that, but it's not me. Okay, let's do, because we just had a cat peeking out with a birthday hat, I would maybe do that again on a later week, but maybe let's give the cat birthday hat thing a little rest and do instead some like cat toys or something over here. So I'm gonna put a little like cat dish over here. Put some food in it. And then we'll do one of those little like fish skeleton things as well. And then maybe a ball of yarn. just a little bit of detail here. I want to add a little eye to that, and then a little like cat head doodle. So you can tell whose dish it is. And we'll add some small sparkles as well. And that'll be the doodle for the first page. I see that I'm missing a lot of comments because I am way scrolled up right now. So just give me a sec. I'll try to catch up on some comments before I doodle the next thing. But yeah, we'll do a different little doodle. Only 4 weeks in February. We can come up with 4 different little doodles to fill that box. Oh, thanks. You know, Heather, it's mostly just impatience. Cat dish. Oh, birthday treat, yeah. Oh, okay. I don't think I missed too many ideas. So let me scroll back to some of those ideas that I was trying to. Okay, yeah, cat with a party hat. We'll do that on a different page. Cat-shaped balloon, that's a cute idea. I feel like it would just look like a blob if I tried it, but I kind of want to try it. Let me think here. Cat-shaped balloon. Maybe I'll do like a cat-shaped balloon amongst other balloons. So we'll do like a cat-shaped balloon. I don't know, you know, I see some like doodle tutorials on TikTok or whatever for like a realistic looking balloon. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. So I am gonna add some more shading than just that, but that's what we're gonna start with. And then I'm gonna kind of fill the space with some other balloons as well. Now let's add a bit of shading to this balloon here. We'll add a bit of a white gel pen, like kind of glare on it too, you know? That's kind of all I got when it comes to making balloons look like balloons. So we'll add some strings. And then some sparkles. What am I missing? Mailed. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Oh yes, I'm not signing off. I just got on. I will give you a flip through before I sign off. Don't worry. Oh, what happened to my... Sorry. I've got my inspiration pictures up here for reference. A cat doing a stretch. That's a cute idea. Let me see if I have a doable picture of a cat doing a stretch. I saved some cat pictures for inspiration, and I'm just gauging if that's within my realm of capability. I've said this many times. I do not draw animals with confidence. They're one of my least favorite things to draw. So I'm not like, you know, some people, I'm sure you could just request Draw a cat doing a stretch. I'm not one of those people. I need to have a reference picture, and even then the proportions are gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I can do it. Biscuits on a blanket. Oh. I do, Courtney, yes, that's what we're working on here. Back of a cat with a tail hanging down. You know, I think I can do it too. I don't have a super reference picture for that. I have like one that I think will work-ish, but it's not like, it's not totally crushing it for me, but I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna start with the paw that's down in the front, stretching up. Second paw is over here. Face is over here. Ear. Ear. Back is going up. Tail is wrapping around. Something like that. Bum is coming down. Okay, I think that's good. That's good enough. I'm not hugely disappointed with it. I think it's okay. Let's color it and then add the dark brown stripes. Oh, I thank you, Jen. I'm gonna take that as a compliment. This is a big cat. Doing a big stretch. All right, now I know we're gonna need some black outlining here. Oh, good, it is. You know, sometimes you just don't know on the internet. Let's do... All right, let me see here. Thinking face. Maybe another one of the closed eye kitties. I like those. It's like a satisfying stretch, you know? And then we gotta add some stripes. Yes, this is our new custom. Oh, that's what you have to say to the ant. Oh. What a big, oh yeah, sorry, I don't have any pets. I don't know how to speak to animals. That's a big stretch. There we go. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. I don't know what their tails are like. Let me do this. We'll do maybe a few more coming on the leg. It's illegal not to say big. Oh, well, Jen, thank you for the compliment. Didn't know I was so ignorant of cat etiquette. There, kitty. Have your big stretch. I don't know if I'm going to put a birthday hat on this guy. I did a birthday hat on the other guy. I'm not sure if I'll do it on this one. Okay, doodle ideas for the other one. Oh, Jen, you've even got a profile picture or a cat for your profile picture. Obviously, you know the etiquette. No hat, no hat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, we need one more doodle. One more doodle. And I'm just gonna wait for some ideas. And, oh, Jen, well, my bad. I am opposite of an expert. I used to have a lot of cats, but that's because we were rural, you know? So we had lots of like farm cats around. So I've never had an indoor pet of any sort. And I'm not really a cat person, so I try not to spend too much time around them. Birthday cake, birthday cake. Oh, cat tower. You're right, that was one doodle that we saw when we were looking for cat doodles that seemed cute. Yeah, we could do the paw print birthday cake again. That's true. Oh, my kitties were mousers, or they just left. They either caught mice or they left and went to the chicken farm next door to freeload deceased chickens. Those were the options. Paw print or toy mouse, presents with a tail poking. Oh, that's kind of cute. I think I like the presents with the cat tail poking out idea. That sounds kind of cute. I'm sorry, I get so many good ideas. It's not that I don't like the others, I just gotta choose one. Sophie, the journal is one from my shop. It's an A5 size journal with 160 GSM paper, so nice and thick, and it's got the dot grid. Perfect for bullet journaling. All right, last little doodle is gonna go over here. And yeah, I'll do a couple of present boxes. I'm gonna do a blue one. Pink one, maybe. We'll do a pink ribbon on this one. No, I don't have dark green. You know, I wish I had enough business to make like every color at a time, but I really don't. Even having 4 at one time is kind of a stretch as far as minimum order quantities and whatnot. So I've got 4 different colors, and if and when those sell, I would love to bring in some new colors, but I have no idea when that will be. I don't use stencils. 160 GSM is what I said. Courtney Michelle, if I can work on it every day on my live stream, or like 4 days a week with no other interruptions, it takes about a month. With interruptions, like, and by interruptions, they're all good things. It's just packing other people's orders that causes it to take longer, because I do all of that on my lives. So whatever I can fit into a live. Okay, now we need a notes box down at the bottom. And I'm thinking we just keep this part pretty simple. We could bring back the highlight from here and just write notes somehow. I might actually do it with this blue calligraphy because we have used that a couple of times. So let's do that. Notes. Oh yes, alcohol markers, unfortunately, no matter how thick your paper is, they will bleed through. They work great for like if you're just trying to color one side of the page, but for anything where you want both sides visible, they unfortunately are not a great fit. Notes, notes, notes. Yes, I love the gray highlights, especially for custom bullet journals, because I feel like whenever I see pictures of cute like weekly spreads or calendars, whatever, they're usually spreads that have already been filled in. You know, like the space looks so much more balanced when you've actually got like tasks written in here and a cute little doodle for Thursday, you know, like, so I feel like it's nice to be able to like fill the space without actually like taking up the space, you know what I mean? So I like the little highlights. All right, let's catch up on this journal. We are ready to move into March, and I thought I wouldn't start March, but now I actually think I will, because it's earlier than I thought and we're still here. Where's my, oh yeah, here we go. So for March, we are going to have an Easter theme. I'm going to go ahead and give you a flip through of what we've got so far, and then we'll head over to Pinterest and look for some Easter doodles. Oh yeah, Jess, I think this is a totally new one. Yeah, it was, oh, puzzle piece. Oh no, I gotta do it again. Sorry, you guys, one sec. Okay. It caught us like 2 days ago, and that always frustrates me, so I'm glad we got it. Okay. You're right. Easter is in April, I think, but I guess the very beginning of April, although in 2027, I don't actually know when Easter is. This year it's in April. All right, let me show you where we're at, and then we'll go search for some Easter doodles. January, we did the snowflake theme. We've got her cleaning tracker here, so she can write down weekly tasks, and then I would draw a light colored circle every week of the month where I want to do that task. So for weekly, it will be every week. For bi-weekly, you choose which weeks. And then check it off or mark the date or something like that when you actually do it. Oh, March 28th. Okay. Would you look at that? Oh no, Maddie. Yeah, I've been on for about an hour now. March 28th in 2027. Okay. So for January, yes, we went with the snowflake theme. Here is the calendar with a section for notes. These are the weekly spreads that we did for January. Every week she wants Sunday and Saturday separated. So we need 7 boxes and then 1 or 2 additional boxes. And then of course like title and doodles and stuff like that. B3114, custom journal is in the hundreds. It depends how many months you want. If you want a full 12-month journal like this one is, it's about $500. And that's because, yeah, it's fully drawn by hand. If you want something that was also drawn by hand, but is $50 and you color it in like a coloring book and use it as a full year planner, these are also available on my site. You can get some customizations, but not like every single page like this. For February, we did a cat theme. It was her birthday month as well. Pens and markers. I end up using a lot of Tombos, but if you're looking for like a recommendation of a set to purchase, I always recommend the Crayola Super Tips. You can find them at like Walmart, Amazon. Very affordable. They come in huge packs with beautiful colors. So I would start there. Alrighty, that is February. Let's get into March. And yeah, the first step is going to be to head to Pinterest and look for Easter doodles. All right, and it sounds like we can do a variety, but the focus is going to be on Jesus rising. So we want to look for some that have that element. You know, we don't want just eggs and bunnies, which I'm seeing a lot of. Let's see. Okay, lots of eggs and bunnies. Chickens and carrots, nice. Also not really what we're going for. Okay, but this is cute. The little bunnies in pots. That would make a very cute theme. And pretty easy to doodle too. Let's see here. Okay, well, I'm gonna scroll back to the top and maybe screenshot like a couple of these and then change my search because I'm not really getting what I want. But if we do want some bunnies and eggs, I'm gonna screenshot one that gives me a nice like basket. Sure, let's do this one. Something like that. All right, and then we'll do, I don't know, Christian Easter doodles? I'm not even sure what to search. Wait. There we go. Oh, I accidentally turned my iPad volume on. Oh, that's very cute. Hey? Or something like this. That's cute too. We could do like a little scene like that. I really like that actually. I'm gonna keep that as like an exact cover design idea. I think this is cool too. Okay, now this is more, now we're getting somewhere. A cross made out of flowers, that's also cute. I feel like we have got some good options to work with now. So let me think here. I'm just gonna pop back into TikTok to see if Kristine has given us any updates at all. The cross with flowers is beautiful, hey? Palm leaves, that's true. Yeah, sorry, I can never see your comments when I'm in Pinterest. I can totally show you February again, yes. Okay, I'm not seeing anything from Kristine, so I'm gonna assume that we're on the right track with some of those options. I wanna remind myself actually, what even are our options? Okay, past the cats, past the weekly options. Okay, so this was kind of just like, if we want some little doodles here and there, this was some ideas. A basket, eggs, a chick hatching, bunnies, that kind of stuff. The main focus though is gonna be the cross, the resurrection, that kind of stuff. So I would put like this as an idea itself for the cover page. My flower style would look very different. Everything would look different, but this would be the idea for the cover. Alternatively, this, I love this kind of, I used to do these kinds of themes all the time where you kind of section off a part of the page with washi tape and then like fill that part and make a little scene. I think that would be very cute. Or this also for a cover design. Or this. Okay, that's 4 good options. Okay, but let me, I'm gonna go to Pinterest and see if I can find one more that's not just like, one more that's a layout that we could apply some of those doodles to, so that we're not just only choosing from ones that we would want to like exactly replicate, basically. Let's see here. Just thinking the cross thing, the cross with the flowers on it, I feel like would look really cool if we did this kind of thing where it's like black outlined until it hits the scrap paper and then it turns to white outline. We've done that before in a Christmas theme. We did that sort of style. I feel like that would work equally well with that cross doodle that we saw. I feel like I'm not really seeing a lot of options that are working the way I want them to work. I'm gonna click another one and try scrolling for like 1 more minute. See if we can find any other layout inspiration. And if not, we're just gonna go. Let's see here. Okay, let's say something like this. With a couple of Easter doodles and then palm leaves, I'm thinking, instead of these leaves. Because I know none of the ones that we saw had palm leaves worked into it. So we could have like, yeah, a stone tomb with the stone rolled away over here. We could have a cross over here. I don't know what else we would want. We could mix in the Easter egg thing. And then, yeah, we could have some palm leaves kind of scattered throughout. Okay, those will be our options. I'm going to go back into TikTok just to make sure that we're still on the same page. And is there, oh, who are you? mute and block. Okay, 1 second. Sorry, block. Okay. The journal owner is here, yes. Oh, Crown of Thorns, yes. Good idea. Okay, lion and lamb would be tricky for me. Like I said, you guys, I'm not an animal artist, and we just did an animal month. Could try it if forced, but wouldn't be my top choice. Okay, let me show. There's so many options. Okay. Okay. I feel like we have enough options, but now that I looked at the comments, I was like, oh, maybe I should find something that would work for a lamb of some sort. No, I'm not even good at drawing sheep. It would just, my animals look very cartoonish, and I feel like often in a journal that's cute, but maybe for, you know, representing Jesus, we want to be a little more, I don't know. Like the cute watercolor lambs are very nice, but that's not what you would get from me. It would be more of like a, I look like I belong in a baby's nursery kind of lamb. So let's start a poll. I don't know if there are mods, so I'm going to go ahead and start the poll. Sorry, guys. It always takes a while to get a theme locked in and get going, but we will get going. I'm going to give... Oh, Nicole, you are here. Okay, sorry. I've got this one. I'll get you to do the other one, the next ones, if you're available. Oh, I shouldn't have started it yet. Okay, never mind, Nicole. Ignore. I'm going to try to end my poll. And would you mind starting one in a few minutes, Nicole, once I've had a chance to explain most of the options? Okay, so option 1 would be this. And also there's one coming that I think we could combine together. So this sort of thing across with flowers on it is option 1. Option 2 is to do a scene like this. Option 3 is to do the tomb with flowers coming out. Option 4 is to fill a cross made of flowers. And then this is the one that I was thinking of combining with the first option, where we would use craft paper and then turn to white gel pen when it gets to the craft paper. And then option 5 would be to take a non-Eastery doodle and add, yeah, like this tomb with the stone rolled away, crown of thorns, cross, and then these leaves would be palm branches. So those are the 5 options. If we could get a poll running, if there's not already one, let me just check. There is one. Lovely. Thank you so much, Nicole. Okay, so let me give you those 5 options again. Option number 1, this kind of cross combined with the craft paper from that other theme. Option 2, a scene like this one. Option 3, tomb, stone rolled away, flowers coming out. Option 4, fill a cross shape with flowers. This is part of option 1. And then option 5, have Easter doodles scattered over here and then palm leaves filling the gaps. So I'll give you that swipe through one more time and then the poll will be nearly done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, 5, sorry. I'm gonna hop back into TikTok now because I'm sure the poll is wrapping up. Okay, option 1, lovely. Does that sound good to you, Kristine? If I don't hear from Kristine explicitly, we're gonna go with the polls. But since this is Kristine's journal, she can veto anything she wants. Okay. Let's get our craft paper in there first. We never throw out craft paper in this house. So I want a good chunk for the top kind of here and then one for the bottom corner. I'm just gonna cut a piece off because This is so huge that it's like unruly. So I'll just cut a piece off for us to work with for this month. Okay, so why don't we use this for the bottom corner, and I'm gonna grab my paper cutter actually so that I can nail that right angle and not just be guessing at it. Here we go. Okay, that'll be the bottom corner piece. And for the top, I'm going to take this straight part that I just cut and rip along there. Sorry, the craft paper was meant to be combined with option 1. I know I misspoke the last time I showed it, but the first time I think we got it. Wait, Maple Drive, is that a spam offer or a genuine offer? Because we listen to this same song every day. I am listening to looking for new music, but royalty free. I'm guessing that's not why you're here. Looking for new royalty-free music anytime. Okay. Yes, I am going to round the corner, but I'm just going to glue it in first. All right, lovely. And then let's tape this into here as well. Honestly, Savvy One, I don't even think about it. But when I think about it, I'm like, I should really find new music. But yeah, it's just hard to find royalty music that is actually royalty free so that I can post the replays on YouTube and not get copyright strikes. All right, so that is going to be our craft paper for this page. And then I'm trying to decide where to write March. I'm thinking maybe like in white gel pen calligraphy down in the corner, and then just have the cross be the focal point. Obviously that is going to be the focal point, but that's kind of where I'm thinking of putting March at the moment. Let me figure out where I want the cross positioned. What if we do like 7 dots down from the top? Is that going to be big enough? Maybe 6 dots down from the top. And then where's my center point? There. Let's make it 4 spaces wide. Okay, and then maybe about this long. I know we're gonna do flowers on top. That's why I'm going in with a light color, because we can easily, wait, how many was that? 7, okay. 3, 6, 7, because then we can easily color some flowers over top of it. And we'll go down here and there. Okay, that's where our cross is gonna be. And I think I am gonna go in and do the flowers right away. We didn't vote on colors, but I feel like when it comes to flowery themes like this, it's almost not worth voting because I kind of have like one color palette that works well. So I think I'm just gonna roll with that. And yeah, that is what I'm going to do. So we're gonna do, I'm trying to decide what style of flowers to do. Yeah, Jennifer, they probably don't upload to YouTube afterwards. Like, that's the thing. TikTok Live doesn't care if you play copyrighted music, but I'm Canadian, so TikTok does not pay us for our lives. And so the only way I get paid from views of this stream is when I upload it to YouTube after the fact. And if I put it on YouTube and there's a copyrighted song in it, then I won't get paid by YouTube either. So that's why I try to avoid copyrighted music. Okay. Oh, if you give me flower names, I promise you I will have no idea what you're talking about. I'm just trying to decide the style of flowers that I'm doing. Yeah, we could do some yellow, that's for sure. I think I landed on a style. I don't want to copy the picture that we saved. I want to do something different. So that's why I wasn't sure exactly what type of flowers I wanted to do, but I think I have made up my mind. Well, I have made up my mind because now I'm doing it, so we are locked in. I don't actually know if I've ever done these flowers on a live, but I think you'll like them, I hope. The magic with these ones comes in with the black pen, which is something I don't use a lot of, which is why I don't often do these kinds of flowers. But I know that I want to outline the cross in black anyways, so I thought maybe black pen would be a good option for this one. Okay, I feel like I just need to do the black pen now because these flowers do look kind of hilarious without it. So let's do... Let me show you. So it's just like scribbly lines going in the shape of the flower that you want. And then these ones up here are gonna have centers. So let me draw the centers first with a bit of a bigger, thicker pen, just so it doesn't take quite as long. And then we'll draw the scribbly petals on this one. And we'll do the leaves too. All right, so that's what our flowers are looking like. That's hilarious, drastic wheel. Let's color in our cross with a light kind of tan color. Thanks, Heidi. Oh, from the For You page. Thank you for finding us. We're working on a custom journal here for Kristine. So this is her title page for the month of March for 2027. Easter is in March in 2027. We all collectively learned. All right, and then we want to outline in black, and then that outline is going to become white when it hits the paper, the craft paper. Yes, Logan, all of my replays are uploaded onto YouTube, posted the next day. So yesterday, Monday and Tuesday of this week are the only days that we've worked on this journal. We just started it, but you can find both days up on YouTube. Okay, let me do the lines going this way now. Just twist my journal so that I have the best shot at drawing straight. Okay, and then this line. Oh, thank you, Logan. Brown under the purple flower. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Miss a spot for coloring. What grass do you speak of? Okay, let me add. Oh, cross. I was like, I think we might be working on different themes because I didn't do any grass actually. All right. Don't you love that? Like just where it crosses from black to white. I feel like that's just so satisfying. Let's do it again. All right, where's that line coming down? Here it is. All right, I gotta let this corner dry a tiny bit before I do the cross because I don't want to smear it. Yeah, and then I think, yeah, the best place, I might add March right over here. Put the title down there in white gel pen calligraphy. I feel like that would work well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add. Like washi tape. I'm wondering if this would be a good theme to, you know, put like a little bit of washi tape down here, a little bit up here, or something like that. That is what I'm wondering. Okay, I think we let that dry enough. I feel like it doesn't need to be much taller. It already kind of had the height going for it, but that would be a pretty Bible cover, hey? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna write March down here in a less bouncy calligraphy than I usually do, more of like a cursive style I feel like would suit this theme. Okay, now, any thoughts? Do we want to add any washi tape, sparkles, anything like that. That's what I'm wondering. The left page is going to be a cleaning tracker. I just kind of want to fully resolve this one before we move on to that one. Let me show you, and also for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll do a quick flip through. This is the template that we follow for the cleaning tracker. So sections for weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and then a title up at the top. This is what we did for January. Snowflake theme. I love how this cover page turned out. Then we've got the calendar, and these are the weekly spreads that we came up with for January. All of these themes, the theme prompt was given by Kristine, and then we've been working together, us and Pinterest, to find the doodle ideas and layout ideas to complement her themes. So for February, she requested a cat theme, and we also knew it was her birthday month. So that's what we've got going over here. Again, cleaning tracker, title page here, and then calendar. And these are the weekly spreads for February. And then March, which I feel like I'm pretty pleased with. I do want to add a little bit of shading to the flowers though. I didn't always know where to shade because I do the black lines after, so I don't actually know where all the petals are going to be. But now that we've got them in here, I want to add a little bit more depth to it. I'm just using the same pink and kind of going over where the lines are, just so it's not quite so flat. Thank you guys, I'm glad you like it. Yes, that's true, Heidi. They are several $100s, but I always like to say I do have more affordable options, also drawn by hand, just not only for you. Drawn by hand and then printed in bulk for anyone to use. So that is a great option though if you are looking for a hand-drawn journal at a lower price point. Alrighty, let me think here. I think I might just leave this page as is. There wasn't a huge push for washi tape and it seemed like more of a no sparkle vibe. So let's just leave it as it is for now. That would be a pretty tattoo idea. That's true. Well, it's Pinterest's idea. This was not my idea. This was Pinterest through and through. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the cleaning tracker, which the way that we've been doing Kristine's is we've been doing 8 rows. Well, I guess actually 9 rows for those, and then a heading, and then section that off. 4 of these. Oh, thank you, Queen. Thanks, Jen. This is craft paper. Is that what you mean by the brown part? It's just paper from an Amazon package. Well, not actually Amazon, a package that I cut and pasted in. A journal in French, possibly. I don't know a whole lot of French. Not that I would need to know tons. You could just kind of send me the few headings, but I'm not sure. Thanks, Shaya. Okay, so I'm gonna write cleaning tracker in that same sort of cursive, and wherever it crosses onto the craft paper, we're gonna turn it white. And then I will do a couple little flowers, I think, in this corner, but I wanna write the heading in first so that I kind of have that spacing down. So let's do clean. And then I'll finish the rest in white and then tracker. Actually, I'm gonna need a little bit of black here for the bottom of the N. All right, so cleaning. Cleaning tracker. And then we'll add a few little flowers over here. Just a few. That's bigger than I wanted. Oh, Jen, you're in Canada, hey? So I pack my orders and mail them out on the weekends. So I pack on Friday and then my husband brings them to the drop-off, usually Friday, sometimes Saturday. So that's when it will get mailed. If you're in Ontario, it should only take a few days. You should get it middle of next week. But yeah, sorry, I have not been able to pack it for you yet. That's kind of just the cycle that I do as a one-woman show. I don't have anyone to help me pack, so I kind of need to just designate a day for it because, yeah, if I did it every day, it would be very inefficient. All right, there we go. Let me just put our labels onto the cleaning tracker here. So we need weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, okay, and then thanks, Andrina. And thanks for supporting anyways. I know obviously not everyone is a Christian. I am, and so I don't often get to do themes like this, but I do enjoy doing it, and I'm glad you don't just click away. I feel like there's too much of that on the internet. Well, people just click away if they don't agree with what they see. So thanks for sticking around anyways, even though it's not a theme that you would ever choose. Alrighty. So we've got our monthly title and cleaning tracker for March. 10:34. Do I go to bed or do I do a calendar page? That's the next question. Calendar pages are fast because there's not a whole lot of space you need to think about how to fill. Thank you, Terry. They're paper. It's just from a package that I got. I just keep all the paper. I've got way too much of it. I've got like a whole drawer full, but they are very useful. Oh, thank you. No puzzle piece right now. Okay, fine. We'll do the calendar. You twisted my arm. I'm just kidding. Could I get a 2-option poll, Nicole, or any other mod who's available? 2-option poll just to choose the calendar layout. So for reference, these are the colors that we're using. We've got very soft colors here. And so these are my 2 calendar options that I do. Option 1 is to have a full outline around the whole calendar. Usually I use the darkest color of the month. I don't know which one I would use this month, but a full outline, and then the dates are inside little dots. We use all the colors. And option 2 is just a black line above the row and then a highlighted stripe for the dates to go on. So no full outline, nothing like that. Those are the 2 options, and this is the color palette that we would be using for that. So option 1 has the full outline, colored dots for the dates. Option 2 has just the top row and a highlighted line for the dates. Those are the options 1 and 2 for this color palette. Joanne, yes, I can flip back through everything. We're still like not too deep into the journal where a full flip through doesn't take too long. So this is January. Yes, I will carry the brown through. Yes, for sure. We're gonna keep going with the craft paper. This is January, February. Oh, option 1. Okay. I was kind of feeling the same way, Carson. I often lean towards option 1, but I feel like this one, because it already has a black line built in and all of the colors are like equally light, I feel like it would lend itself well to 2, but we can do option 1. Just help me decide what color to use then for the full outline. Like you can see here, I used the darkest color and then the lighter ones for the numbers. I'm not sure what to do with this one. What color should I do for the outline? I could just do a black outline. I just never really do that, but I could because there is that kind of element here. Green, a dark brown, black, brown or beige, green. Green, purple or pink. I was thinking maybe black. Did I color in the right corner? Okay, let's do black. Let's do black. Enough people said black, and that's what I was already leaning towards. So let's do black. And then if we want to, we can add some craft paper that overlaps with the bottom corner and do the whole white gel pen thing again. Then we have that option open to us. So let me just find March's calendar. Okay, so we start on a Monday. 3, 6, 8. Oh, this is the wrong black pen. 1 second. 3, 6, 8. Starting again. And then it ends on, okay, so 1 more full row. There. That's where it ends. And normally I do rounded corners, but because on the title page we had that very pointed corner border, I'm gonna just go with that same look here. Sometimes the dots don't, from page to page, are like just barely shifted, so then I always have to stop and think, which one am I actually going to? Okay, so there's our calendar. Let me add now, as I'm doing this, I would love to hear ideas from you guys. So we've obviously got kind of two spaces to fill. We want a March heading up here. We want a notes box here and doodles somewhere. So if you have ideas for how the notes box should look, how the heading should look, go ahead and put some of those in the comments, and then I'll sift through them and we'll either vote or I'll just pick one when I'm ready to move on to that step. But those are kind of the two things that I'm looking for next, is a heading and then notes and where we should put our doodles and what kind of doodles we should do. I've got the flowers as a nice, easy, recurring doodle, but the cross like kind of needs like the right space for it, you know? It probably won't be that much of a repeat doodle. And I could totally bring in like some ripped paper over here or something to overlap a little bit. Where's my pen? The tomb scene. Okay, I was thinking we could do the tomb here. 6, 7, 11. Do you guys think I should use more craft paper? I'm not seeing a ton of craft paper suggestions. I'm also not looking up very much, so maybe I'm just missing them. But should I bring in some more craft paper on this page? Oh yes, sorry, Amira, I can do a very quick flip through. I'm not gonna like talk through every page because I sometimes get rambly during my flip throughs. I've flipped through it a few times already, so if you want to see a more thorough one, you can just check out the replay when it's up tomorrow because I've talked through it a couple of times. Yes, more paper, more paper, more paper. Okay, I agree. I love the craft paper. Let's bring it in again. I'm just not sure exactly where I want to put it. Top left, bottom right, says Gail. So yeah, here we did like middle and then bottom right. Yeah, we could do top left. We could do top right and bottom middle. Or yeah, top left, bottom right, middle bottom. Maybe it's heading. Yeah, it does depend a lot on the doodles. You're right. Don't you love the March cover page? I'm loving it too. I'm about to be hoarding craft. I know, I have way too much craft paper. I don't actually use it all that much, but when I do use it, it's always nice to have. Full right edge, yeah. Okay, let me see here. What if we do bottom center and then, bottom center, notes box. I'm wondering if we could do like the tomb with the stone rolled away up here and then like March in bigger lettering here. Let's just try putting down some craft paper in the bottom middle and see where that takes us. I need a straight edge though, because this is wonky all over the place. Wait, is that a straight edge? Oh, it is. That might be just enough space. Okay, we'll start here. Let's do that. All right, let's do the white gel pen right away because it's my favorite, just to see the contrast. It looks so good. All right, then here we need just a little bit of white gel pen. Okay, so we'll start there, and then, yeah, I'm kind of thinking tomb scene over here. March. Oh wait, but we were gonna do craft paper here. I think at this point I won't do a whole notes box of craft paper just because of where we positioned this stuff, because the notes box is gonna be here. I feel like that's maybe an awkward position. You still think tomb bottom right, hey? I'm just not sure then how to fill this top part. Small top right for craft paper. Yes, but then I'm just not sure how to fill this top part. So far, the only font that we've brought in is this like quite small cursive sort of font. So that would not take up very much space. I'm wondering what else to do with the top space. You know? Put the tomb top right. So I'm thinking we could either do, let me think here. Sorry, Heidi, I see your vine idea. I'm just not sure if I'm going with it. And right now that's not really the problem I'm trying to tackle at the moment. Larger calligraphy and flowers. Yeah, we could do larger calligraphy. So let's say we do craft paper, larger calligraphy, March, and then kind of some flowers framing this corner, and then notes. Does that work? Oh, no worries, Heidi. I just wanted to explain that I'm not trying to ignore you. I see your suggestion. Okay, let's try that for now then. Yes, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just am thinking of other things at the moment. Okay, let's do this. Am I running out of glue tape? No, I'm not. It's just being stubborn is what it's doing. Oh, and then I'm gonna trim off the extra. Okay. Yes, the music is just one song. It took me ages to realize that though. I thought I had found a playlist, but no, it's just one song. Okay, so March. Maybe I can make it big enough to spread it to fill the calendar space. And then maybe a couple flowers down. Oh no, a tomb down here. A couple flowers up here. Okay, let's just do this. I don't want to make March too big. Like I do like the finer calligraphy that we've been using, you know, like that style. Let me see here. It could be more left, just then I need to figure out more to do with this awkward space. You know, M is going to be white mostly, but I am going to do it in black so that I can see where I land up over here. Actually, yeah, because this is the pen that I want to emulate. Let's do it in black, and then we will go over it in white. Tried to stick with the same font, like still not like my bouncy, bubbly calligraphy, more of a angled cursive. And then yeah, we'll just cover this black with white. Okay, there we go. So that'll be the lettering then. And then we want some big flowers in the corner, little heading for notes, tomb down here. Let me do the flowers first because that's a familiar doodle that I don't need to think about too much, and the tomb I will need to think about because we haven't done that one yet. So let's just start with what we know. this here. And then alrighty. And then I think I'm gonna just do the black outline thing for the notes box and add a little heading. Black outline is gonna intersect with these flowers and also with our notes box or our craft paper. Oh, tomb. Bah. I forgot to do a tomb, but I feel like it looks okay. I might save a tomb for a different time because I completely forgot as I was doing this box. Because the tomb would have gone right here, but I feel like it looks balanced as it is, you know, without adding another doodle to the one side of the page that already has doodles. You know what I mean? Okay, and then notes in our same kind of cursive font. There we go. Three dainty crosses would be cute, like on here or in the notes box. I'm gonna default to Carson here because her ideas almost always fit with exactly what I like. Ooh. Yeah, I'll do it on another page. We've still got the whole month, well, the whole month's worth of weekly spread. So many tomb worries. Yeah, we'll just delay that problem for tomorrow. Bottom corner of notes or here on the craft. Dainty crosses would be perfect. Okay, let's just do, I love a good opportunity to use some white gel pen. So let's do some on the craft paper. On a little hill. Good enough. Okay. So I need that white gel pen to dry, so I'm not gonna press anything down here. So I do wanna flip through these spreads, but it might be a little awkward because I'm trying really hard not to press on the white gel pen. So we started on Monday with January, and we did her cover page. The prompt here was snow, frost, winter. So we came up with this little snowflake design. Title page, we've got a cleaning tracker for weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly cleaning tasks. And then we have her calendar page for January. This is where we brought in like the snowflakes overlapping the lettering, which is something we carried out through the weekly spreads as well. So here are the weeklies for January. Section for each of the 7 days separately, and then 2 bonus boxes. And then for February, the prompt was cat. We also knew it was her birthday month, so we combined the two. She has a brown tabby. She sent me a picture. So we have cleaning tracker, title page, monthly calendar with notes. And then we have her weekly spreads for February. And then we just did these weekly spreads and then moved on to March. So for March, her prompt was Easter with a focus on He is risen. So we've got a title page here and cleaning tracker. And then we just did this calendar spread but minutes ago, and that is where we are going to have to leave it for today. It is past my bedtime. Well, it is my bedtime. But yes, we're going to leave this one here for today. I am going to try my best to get this YouTube video edited this weekend so that I can share it with you, because I know that some of you guys are curious to see kind of my coloring strategies for this pre-made journal. And this is what I landed on for February. So I do want to share that with you guys. I'll be working on that over the weekend and hopefully uploading it to YouTube early next week. Thank you guys. I'm so glad you like it. And thank you for joining me. Honestly, your support means the world and has changed my small business a lot. I started going live less than a year ago and would get like 8 people a night, and things have changed a lot for us since then. So thank you very much for joining. And if you would like to join us again tomorrow, we'll be back at it. I do want to personalize some other orders tomorrow as well. My plan is to do that in the evening, so hopefully I won't stay on quite as late. But whatever time it is for you right now, about 3 hours earlier than this is when I typically start my evening lives. So that's my plan, is to be on here tomorrow. We do have a few journals that we need to add some charms. We need to do the gold foil cover designs, the name pages, so we'll do those. But I did not get a lot of orders this week, which, pros and cons, that leaves more time for us to work on this journal. So we will also get to work on Kristine's journal a little bit tomorrow as well. So yes, that's tomorrow evening. And if you like to know in advance when I'm going to be live, what we're going to be working on, please join me on Instagram. That is where I share those announcements. And if you're interested in placing an order for an empty journal or a coloring book style journal, that can be done at RyleeAutumn.com. Please don't forget to use your discount code LIVESTREAM to get 10% off. Yesenia, if I can just focus on this during my lives, it takes about a month to finish one of these journals. But yeah, that kind of depends what other things fill my plate that month. It sometimes does get stretched to be a month and a half or 2. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I hope that I will see you again later this week.